Jason, move your legs. Diamonds in the sky. Well, welcome to this short little venue that we have today, and thank you all for coming, even if it is just a little bit. I know it's a horrible time, but I appreciate you taking your time out and, you know, being able to be here, and I know that we're being paid, so I'll try to keep it good. Okay, so we have certificates and we have pictures for the boys, and I'm just gonna say a little bit about the season. It's just been a fantastic season with the boys. You don't get these kinds of seasons real often, and I've been coaching probably 42 years, and I was fortunate to be able to coach Ben, and I coached his mother back at Adams, and so that was a great, really awesome to be able to do that. It was great for me, and I hope Ben, you know, enjoyed it too. I always talk to Diana during the during the season and the off season, and this time it was talking to her during the season, just talking about, you know, life and you know where she wants Ben to go, and you know, just talking about the family, and so we really had a fun time. First, I want to thank the parents. You know, it takes a village, and you know, I told Rachel this before. I honestly don't know what I would have done without her putting everything together. We got together early. We talked as early as last year. You know, we knew the boys were coming up, and I knew this group was a special group, and I just wanted to make it the best that I could for them. And so she came up with all these great ideas. We also did Game Changer this year, which was new, which was very cool. And we did Game Changer in, I coached the girls varsity softball over at Rochester Adams. I assist over there, and we did Game Changer. We've done it for the last 3 years, and so it's been great. It's such a great app, and the kids can look at it and watch their you know, their games, and you know, people can, you know, you can stream it and people can watch it that can't be there. So it's a great tool. It's a great tool. So you know, just, you know, the parents, you know, picking up your sons, dropping them off, games and practices, you know, it's a commitment. It's a commitment, and you know, they're committed, and you have to be committed too. So it like I said, it takes, you know, a whole group of people, and this group of parents I've been through obviously a lot of coaching. This group of parents has been just top notch, just great. Everybody, you know, the other day when we got us, you know, we got snowed out for the banquet, everybody was trying to come up with ways that we could, you know, have the banquet, and it's just so great that we have parents that are so caring, and you know, the kids are following suit because you guys have done such a fantastic job with them too. So, you know, thank you for all that. setting up our spirit wear, setting up our snacks and drinks, and you know, all of that. Pat, can't thank you enough. Videotaping all of our games. You know, we can't do this without you guys, and for them to be able to watch and practice and learn from their mistakes, watch their strengths, watch their weaknesses, it really helped us as a team as well. So that was huge. I always wanted to do that, and sitting there critiquing them, they took a lot of criticism, and they took it well, and they got back on floor, and they worked on those things, and I think that was a huge part of our success. So again, thank you for, you know, all that you guys have done. This, like I said, I've really enjoyed this group of kids. You get different personalities, you know, with different teams and all the teams that I've coached. This team has a lot of great different personalities and a lot of great talent in different ways that really led to the success of all three of our teams. I didn't really feel like, you know, it was a 1, 2, and 3 team. Any one of these kids probably could have started on any of the other teams and been on a number 1 team. So I told them, you know, and that's another thing that led to our success is, I think they believed in all three of the teams. They really flourished as a group. I like to keep, so in the beginning of the season, I give the kids this in the beginning of the season, and then at the end of the season, we look at it, and they haven't seen it yet, but they remember what they had written down. It talks about, I want them to name 3 team goals and 3 individual goals, and then there were characteristics of coaches and great players with great attitudes, and they had written down some of those things. But almost on all of this, it was always, we want to be city champs, and they accomplished that goal. Positive record, good team chemistry, playing as team, having fun, you know, having a better record than last year. All of these things, working harder than the teams that we play, all of these things right here led to our success, and I want to give these back to them because I want them to see what they had written down and those goals that they accomplished. So it's pretty much what they've written down here is what they've done. So that's really awesome. I love that. So I'm gonna just talk about the players for a minute here. I told Pat when he came in, it's been a long time since I have actually talked about players individually. When you have 15 players that are all very, very good players, it's easy to talk about them, but at the same token, I feel like sometimes it's like a repeated thing. You're a great athlete, you're gonna be great in high school, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, you know. So I'm gonna do my best not to try to repeat, but just to talk about my personal, I kind of wear my heart on my sleeve, and you know, I get emotional, and I'm passionate about this game, as you can probably tell. And you know, I love these boys, and it's when we go to battle, I go to battle for them. I go to battle for them, and if anybody hurts my guys, I'm gonna have their back. So, so first I want to talk about Joe. Come on up, Joe.
No, I'm not talking for you, don't worry.
Oh, well, let's see.
That's still right. Come on in and sit down. So, obviously, you know, like I said, I'm an emotional person, and when I saw Joe go up in the air and come down on Monday, you know, we had just been talking about his shoes. He loves his new shoes. I thought they were pretty sweet. I'm looking at him during practice, I'm thinking something's different. Something's just different about him. And yeah, he said, we were talking because kids were scrimmaging each other, and we were doing a little bit of 5-on-5-on-5, and started talking. He said, yeah, I got these new shoes. I go, that's what's different. And so we started talking about that, and then it was his turn to go and play the other team that was out there. And like I said, I saw him go up and come down, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose him. And it's exactly what happened. It was just a bummer. I felt terrible about it because I think the biggest reason is because we were canceled last year as 7th graders, so we didn't get to go to the Crosstown Showdown game. So it was his chance to play in it. He has had an amazing season for us. The coach yesterday said, wow, what a big void you need to fill. And, you know, obviously, you know, Liam did a great job, but, you know, not having Joe in there was just a bummer. And, you know, that I think it gave Ruther some hope that they could actually beat us. And so, but anyway, Joe would always take the best player. He's probably our best defensive player. That was his goal, is, you know, we talked to him and told him in the very beginning, that should be one of your goals, is to be our best defensive player, because he's such an athlete, and, like, a freak of an athlete, I think, and, you know, he's so smooth, and I love to watch him play. I loved watching him play all season long. He's very athletic, and to me, he's a coach's dream, to coach. He works extremely hard, he's so quick and agile, but I think all of his hard work is gonna bring him great things in high school, so.
Snaps. Snaps.
Good job. Devon. Yeah, we found a way to keep Devon quiet. We hit him in the mouth today in the 3-on-3 tournament, and now he can't speak. This guy is another heck of an athlete. Probably one of the quickest players I think I've ever coached. It's amazing to watch him, and I tell everybody this because I go home and I talk about my boys all the time with my husband, and we go to dinner with friends and family, and they know it's my life. And so we talk about, my mom and dad don't miss a game. They have been at every game and love these guys, and my dad, he is the biggest critic, and he couldn't find a bad thing to say about these guys. It was just amazing to me. But talking about Devon being, you know, in one place on one half of the court, and then he's coming down like yesterday in the game. He made a mistake defensively or offensively, and he made up for it and came back down the floor and made up for it defensively, because he got a real cool steal that if he wouldn't have gotten it, they would have scored. So, and they were probably, I think they got within 6 points, which, you know, was a little bit too close for me. But he made a great steal. Like I said, his quickness, his agile, he had an incredible game last night. Going to the basket like he did, he does that in practice. I see that all the time. And, you know, he's such a nice player to coach, because he always owns up to his mistakes. And that's hard. That's hard sometimes. And so if I say something to him, he's right away, he's so respectable and respectful, and he's like, it's my bad, coach, I shouldn't have done it that way, I shouldn't have done that. And just, he's a delight to coach. Like I said, incredible speed, plays with grit and perseverance, really looks forward to playing opponents, and again, he's another one of those, he played guard for us and off guard, like Joe, played guard and off guard for us, so it was really great. He impresses me with his love of the game, and he goes max speed for our team all the time, so great job. Josh Grimm. Josh's story is quite a story for me. I had him in class last year, and I know he talked about, you know, he would ask me, when are tryouts, and I knew he was like really wanting to play, and, you know, asking me about tryouts all the time. I thought I was so impressed. And they had tryouts. I didn't get to many of the tryouts for the 7th grade, because I was trying to, you know, make my team for the 8th grade, kind of what happened this year too. And he came up to me in class and he said, you know, Coach, I was just wondering if you could, I'm trying to get a hold of the 7th grade coach. I thought my skills were pretty good. I was hoping that I'd make the team, and maybe you could talk to coach and see what I can work on for next year. And I said, yeah, I'll do that, Josh. So I, got on the phone with Coach Jenkins, and I'm like, hey, like, what happened with Josh? He's like, yeah, he was one of those kids that was a borderline bubble. And he goes, yeah, I could kick myself because I probably should have taken him, but I've taken somebody, so it kind of went like that. And Josh went and talked to him, and he did a couple practices with him. And, talking to Josh, and Danny would always come and let me know in freelance gym and, you know, at the open field house, wherever you guys, oh man, he's doing a great job. I'm like, yeah, I'm so excited to see him play. And so, you know, tryouts come and, you know, I'm watching him, and I'm thinking, this kid's good. He's really good. He's got some really good skills, and I want him on my team. He's a hard worker. He's quiet. He just, you know, he's that quiet kind of player and just gets the job done. He's very steady. But he played a small forward on our team, and he went from not making the seventh grade team to becoming a first team player for us. And that's how much he's improved and how much I've been very, very impressed with his talent and his grit and determination. And I know with his hard work, he's gonna do great things in the future. Josh Graham. Ben Bissett. Like I've already said, this kid, he's gonna be special. He was special for us this year. I call him one of my twin towers. He is one half of my twin towers. I called everybody, you know, when I talk about the kids, like I said, you guys have no idea what, you know, goes on and after this, but I talk about you guys all the time. And I said, I have twin towers. So the player at heart, Ernie, and you guys don't know him, but the boys know him, real good player. I went into this restaurant in downtown Rochester. My husband and I are always looking for different things to do, and so we went down in the downtown Rochester and we went in this restaurant, and this big tall guy comes out. I don't know why he decided he was gonna talk to me, but one thing led to another, and we started talking sports and everything, and he told me that his son was a player at heart. And I'm like, really? He said, yeah, he's an 8th grade player. I said, oh, we're gonna play against you. He goes, yeah. He goes, you know, we used to be good. We were undefeated last year, but some kids aren't playing this year. And, but Myron, you know, he works hard, and he's always at the gym, and he's like, yeah, how are you gonna be? How are we gonna stack up against you? I said, we're gonna kill you. We're gonna kill you. I have the twin towers. And he goes, really? Twin towers? I go, yeah, I've got twin towers, and they are good. And I've got a great surrounding, supporting cast around them. He's like, wow, I don't know, maybe we don't want to play you, but I said, well, you'll see when you play us. So I saw him again after the second Hurt game, and he was just really impressed with the bigs and how we used them and the supporting cast around these guys. As I already said, you know, coaching Ben's mom was such a joy, and I really, you know, thought the world of her and really enjoyed coaching Ben. I think he's improved 100% since last year. I don't know, man. It's crazy how much you have really improved. It's amazing. I talked to Coach Ebola last night after the game. Everybody had left, and he came and approached me, and he's very, very excited about this group and about coaching you. And he's just very, very excited to see you guys play. He worked hard in the off season. You know, from blocking shots to scoring to rebounding, being able to handle the ball, you know, like a point guard and look up the floor, was just incredible to watch for me. Again, he can shoot the ball from the outside. All aspects of Ben's game have improved so much, and it's going to be fun watching him in high school. I can't wait as he grows and gets stronger, faster, quicker, and keeps improving. The future holds, you know, you hold the future in your hands, and I think the sky's the limit for you. Read and stand. The other half of my twin tower. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I you know, it's sad, very sad to me. Like I said, I'm emotional, and losing these guys is gonna be really hard for me. This guy really, he makes me very happy. Practices, watching him, and just the things he says, and he's just the happiest kid I know. You know, nothing bothers him, you know, he just, makes me, you know, I'm gonna miss him, I'm gonna really miss him. It's funny, cause I was talking to my husband last night, and I'm like, you know, you know, I'm talking about all the players, and I'm like, you know, Rita's the funniest kid I know. He's always making me laugh. Yeah, whatever he's doing on the court, he's making me laugh. He's singing songs, and the songs that he sings, I'm like, those are the songs that I grew up to. And I'm like, how do you know those songs? I think that's just so cool. I'm telling my husband last night, that's just so cool. He's just a great kid. He's had a tremendous season for us. I think he's been one of our best performers this season, and I think one of his best games was against Troy Smith, just before the break. We really needed him to step up and do some scoring, and, you know, I talked to him at halftime, I'm like, Ben, I really need you to, I really need you to do this, I really need you to do this for us, and he's like, okay, you know, I'm gonna do what I can, coach, I'm gonna do what I can. And he's a leader. One of his goals was to become a real good leader for the team, and I think he's done that. All the boys really, you know, they really look up to him. Reed, like Ben, he's agile, he can handle the ball, he can shoot the ball, he can rebound, he can score, he can do it all. And he's got a great shot from the outside. Intimidating to opponents, these two, if you were a guard on the other team, you wouldn't want to go into the key because you knew you were going to get backed. So just really intimidating inside for us. But he's another one that's going to be right in high school, and it's a shame to me that this group has to break up because they're such a special group, all of them together. It's just amazing to watch. He's got a great attitude. He's another coach's player. They're going to love him at Adams, and I'm jealous that somebody else gets to coach him, but funny and well respected by his teammates. Liam.
Oh, wow.
So Liam was our point guard on the second team, and he was our point guard last night. You know, I really respect Liam. You know, watching him last year playing the point and his love for the game and his passion for the game last year, I was like, I can't wait, you know, to get this kid and be able to coach him. He did a tremendous job for us this season, and you know, he's another one that's improved a lot. I know he loves soccer, and that's his #1 sport. And I love kids that play other sports. I mean, you have to have other things to do. You have to have other sports to fall on if, you know, one of them doesn't work out. But I think that with all of his talent in soccer, he really flourishes as a basketball player too. So I hope he doesn't give it up. He's a great leader, played with great confidence, had a lot of really good games for us this year. Kids on the second team really depended on him, and they depended on him, and he did a great job for us. He's steady, and he does what it takes to be a good point guard. He's not afraid to go in the key. He's not afraid to, you know, battle. He's not afraid to play defense on the best player. You know, I love that in a player. So I enjoyed watching him in 7th grade and really enjoyed having him on my team and playing for us. Matt. So Matt, I mean, whenever I think, and I you know, have deja vu of our huddles, our team huddles, and being in the huddle, and, you know, seeing kids that are really focused. I see Matt, very, very focused, very into this game, and just into, you know, what the coach is saying. And I really respect that in a player, and I really like that. He was our shooting guard on the second team. I think he's got a tremendous shot. And he was smart. He didn't take, you know, silly shots. He was a team player, took some really good shots, and it always seemed like they were going in, and sometimes he just didn't get the break, it didn't fall, but, he's a workhorse. He is always practicing his game. He works for us in practice, and he works hard in practice, and he wants to be the best that he can for his teammates, and I really respect that, in Matt. He's great, he's a great athlete, and like I said, I really love his outside shot. It's beautiful, and it's very, very, fun to watch him play, because he just does some really good things that, a lot of people don't see. Very coachable. Like I said, he really listens and really focuses, when we're in a huddle. I see that in him all the time, and I just, you know, really respect that. He excels on the court. I know he's gonna improve and, be a nice high school player too. Good job, man. Gibby.
Yeah.
Gibson. You can take her backpack off, Gibby. That thing's probably weighs more than you. This is Gibby. See the way he's walking up now? That's what I love about Gibby. He's just happy-go-lucky, well, I do. Gibby, as we like to call him on the team. Another one of our shooting guards. He had a great season last year, and not that he didn't have a great season this year. Always shooting, because he's trying to, you know, if he's got a slump, he's trying to break out of it. He had a little bit of a slump. We talked about it, and I just said, you know, keep shooting. You know, it's gonna happen for you. You know, you're gonna start making them. His best game for us was definitely the first Hart game at Hart. We really needed him to come in and do some things for us. He had 6 points and really broke the back of Hart. That's the reason we won that game, because he came in and did such a great job for us. He has the long range missile that he loves to shoot. It's great. I coached his sister Faith and absolutely loved coaching her. Great player too. But he's a heck of a basketball player, and I think his talent is, you know, unlimited. And you know, he does a lot of great things in practice, and I want him to, you know, be able to carry that over into a game. I think he puts a lot of pressure on himself to do the best that he can, and sometimes I think that can interfere. But I think as time goes on and he matures and gets faster and quicker and stronger, I think he's gonna, you know, really do some great things in high school. Gibby's on those. He's a lot of my family's favorite. Good job. This is another guy that just makes me laugh so much. His favorite impression when he makes a shot. You want to show him what it is, Reese? Sure? Okay.
Oh, hey.
How about I do this?
It was just fun. Guys, let's I think I know what happened. Jackson, you want to?
It was not me.
Yeah, that's up here, right? Okay, so anyway, Reese was probably a small forward for us, like a 3-4 player. He had to play a little bit of 4 because our second team was very athletic, but we weren't real tall. And so I made him play more of a 4, which he won't play probably in high school. He does have a nice shot. He struggled in the beginning, And this is another one that, you know, he's got a great shot, and, I think he just was trying too hard, because he really wanted to make that shot work, and it wasn't, and I'm like, just, you know, quit putting pressure on yourself, it's starting to fall, and he was thinking, you know, evaluating his shot, maybe I'm not doing something that I should be, or maybe I'm, you know, just trying too hard. But I really enjoyed watching Reese play, especially if he made a basket. It was heartwarming and very, very fun to watch. He just gets everyone going on the team. He's kind of in his own little world over here when we're having snack and we're kids are all watching, and I'm like, Reese, what are you doing? And he's like, he's on his phone and he's watching games and whatever, and I'm like, you should, you know, get over there with the team. Anyway, I think Reese's first bowling game proved that money's open, you know, and he's able to either take the shot or drive to the basket. He was a good reader of the game, and so he would make some really smart plays and make things happen. Again, I think he's just, you know, going to get better with time, and I'm, you know, wishing him all the best in high school. Wade. Wade played our big man on the second team, and, you know, I told him, you know, he's got a nice touch inside, and I also think he's a great defender. I think that, you know, the way that he defended last year as a seventh grader really impressed me. And so, and like I said, he's got a really nice touch inside, but I know that, you know, a lot of times he doesn't like to shoot it. He likes to rebound and pass it out, and rebound and pass it out. And I said, don't be so, you know, unselfish. Make sure that, you know, you do all the work when you rebound. Give yourself, you know, some credit too, and go up with a shot, because he's got a good shot. And the wonderful thing about having a player like Wade is he keeps getting better and better daily, and he would challenge other kids on the team that would make us better. And so it was, you know, that was great to see. He sees the ball very well, and his position on defense, and that's why I think he's such a good defender, makes him a very, very good defensive player. And I just hope that he continues to play. I know that he probably, I don't know, I kind of heard that he may not play this year, but I was very happy that he decided to play, because he did a lot of great things for our team, and I'm wishing him the best. Don. Dom was our point guard on the third team and did a great job for us. I think Dom is a very, very talented point guard. He has a lot of great skills, and I think he's like another unselfish player, and sometimes doesn't want to, you know, show off or, you know, be the best out there, and he just wants to do what's best for his teammates. And that's why Dom is so appreciated, and I think he's got great handles. He's a very, very good passer, sees the floor very well, and again, very unselfish. And again, I've really enjoyed coaching him this year. He's a joy to coach, because I can say anything to Dom. Sometimes I would really, I'm like, ooh, I probably could have yelled at him pretty bad that time, but he just, you know, went with it, and he was great, had a great attitude. I have to say that the coach yesterday, I think, gave us the best honor and the best compliment, saying that every single boy on this team, and really, you know, said something about you, shook my hand and said, good game. And he said that's the first time ever, and he's been coaching a long time, that every player on the team looked him in the eye and said, good game. And he was very impressed with that. And I think that says a lot about these kids, because having that kind of sportsmanship and, you know, just you know, being that way tells a lot about your character, and Don has great character, and he really pointed out, Don. I'm just hoping that, you know, quickness and agility, for Don, would be, you know, good and better for him. But he drives, he sees the basket so well, and when he drives the basket, it almost looks like he's passing to another player, and he's going up with a shot, and it, you know, everyone's like, ooh, you know, because it's such a, it's amazing what he can do. And I'm just hoping that, you know, he just continues to keep working hard and getting better, and, you know, kind of breaks out of his shyness and on the court, because I think he can do, it's kind of hard to explain, but I think he can do, really good things in high school. Chase. Chase, another great athlete. I had the privilege of coaching his brother Cam, and I really enjoyed Cam too. When I look at Cam and I look at Chase, I see Cam, I just think they're great kids. And the one thing that really impressed me about Chase in the tryouts, because I told him, you know, you're on the bubble, and he knew that, but he worked extremely hard, and I loved his athleticism. And I think he's only gotten better since we first started. I was talking to Miss Harding yesterday in the middle of the floor during our shoot around, and you know, she's asking me, you know, all kinds of questions like, who do you think's improved, and who's had a great attitude, and all that stuff. And I said, I've been really impressed with Chase. He's come so far. He's worked so hard. He wants to do everything that he can to please me, to please the team, you know, to do better for his team. He was the guard on the third team that defended the best player on the third team of our opponent. And so, you know, the first thing he'd ask me, Coach, do you want me to get him? I do. I want you to take their point. And I think that, you know, what besides the fact that I loved his athleticism, I knew that, you know, he would get a lot better around the basket. When we first started, he was kind of, you know, not having a really good touch around the basket, but now he's perfected that. He's gotten a lot better with that. So I think he's quiet. He leads by example. And he's gonna be another player that I think if he becomes committed to, I know he plays football too, right? And I know Cam's playing football in college, which is so cool. I'm so proud of him too. But I know he's gonna do great things with anything that he decides to take on. So, and I just wish him all the best. I hope I can see him playing in a high school basketball court. Jackson Rowe. So Jackson was our 3 guard on our third team this year, and I've just been really impressed with Jackson since I've first seen him play. He's got that long athletic body, and you know, he's getting taller and taller, and he's got a nice shot, and I really enjoyed watching him play last year, and I thought, I can't wait to coach him this year. And it's been a joy. He's such a great kid. You know, I was saying something to his mother the other day. I'm very good friends with another teacher here, and we, you know, obviously talk about the students, and she asked me about my team and everything, and I said, you know, I really like that Jackson. He's such a great kid, and she replied, he is an awesome kid. And so, you know, you just love those kinds of players. He's very unselfish. He loves the game. He loves to play. He, you know, wants to do the best that he can for his team. He'll give up the open shot so he can give it to his teammate, you know, so that they can do, you know, the work and score the basket. And I would always say, quit being so unselfish, you can shoot too. I think his breakout game for us was Troy Smith.
Yeah.
He really, I said to his mom after the game, what happened? What made him go to the basket with such fury? And, he had some friends on the other team that he was really, they were going after each other and they were trying to outdo the other. Well, he surely did, because he did a fantastic job for us in that game. It was a breakout game. And I think ever since then, he's really gotten the confidence that he needed for him, and made some really nice, drives to the basket and would dish, and has really become more confident now, which is great to see. And so I hope that, he continues to work with his trainer and become better and better, because I know he will. He'll get bigger, faster, and stronger too. And then, watching him against the bowling game, the coach said to me after the game, wow, that kid on your third team, man, maybe he shouldn't be on the third team. Looks like he might be a second. I said, we distribute our talent. We have so many good kids that, everybody, if there's anybody that could say, he's like, yeah, you could start for me. So, really nice compliment there. But yeah, that game, he had 8 points. He was our high scorer that game, and the boys were extremely happy for him, and that's, the character of this team. They're so happy for all their teammates when they do something. Great attitude, and he's just gonna keep getting better and better, and I'm glad I had the opportunity.
Oh yeah, my
I don't know what it is about this guy, but you heard them. They, what game was that? The bowling game.
It's like 5 left.
Yeah. And they kept wanting to score. They asked me if he could shoot a 3, and I said, I'm like, no, he cannot shoot a 3. Come on, coach, just let me shoot a 3. They were really rooting for him. He did a great job this year. I told him at the beginning of the season, right before I made my cuts for tryouts, I watched the play on that third team, just because, look at that body, it's strong. He's strong, he's intimidating. It's so, you have no idea how, when you've coached as long as I have, and you walk into a gym, you can just tell by this team that, the opponent's jaws drop, because they're like, oh my God, we gotta play them, and their eyes get big, and they're looking at, these guys, and they're intimidating right there and then. So that is very cool to see. And powerful, I mean powerful. It's great to, it's been awesome to be able to coach him. I'm glad he decided to play, because I know he's, big with baseball and wrestling too, right? Yeah. And so it's great. I love the family. I coach his sister at Adams, and great girl, awesome player for us. And he is just as great. Great attitude all season long. He knew he was gonna be on the third team, and he took his role, and he did such a great job with it, and really helped us become the team that we, became. And so, we needed offense. We tried with him, we worked with him. Reed and Ben would work with him in practice, and he actually has a pretty nice touch around the basket now. And he can shoot from the outside. He made a couple shots in the 3-on-3 tournament today. And actually their team was a champion. So he does a great job. He's a huge force for us, and I don't know what his plans are for high school. I'm sure he's probably not gonna play basketball, but I wish you all the luck in the world.
Yeah.
Danny Newbauer. So, another guy that I just love. Comes and talks to me almost on a daily basis, and I just love our talks. He's just so, he's a great kid, and I just really can't say enough about him. He confides in me, and you know, it's just great having that relationship with kids and, being able to talk back and just the relationship that we have and that I have with Danny has been special since, 7th grade and when I had him in health last year. He would come to me, he'd talk to me, he'd tell me all about, you know, what he was doing on the basketball court, what everybody else was doing on the basketball court. It was just great to hear, and how much he actually really loves his teammates, you know, like I love these kids. He really, you know, came into his own on our team this year. I think he's got a great shot, and he's really working hard and becoming a better player, and you can really see that improvement. And but I think what is just so special about Danny is just his will to be just a great teammate to his teammates and be the best that he can be for me and for his teammates, and always, you know, how we can get better, how can I get better, and how can I be better for my team. And, just a very respectable, great young man, which is gonna get him even further in life than basketball. He's gonna do great things, I know he's gonna improve, I know he's got a great basketball father, I keep hearing about it. I keep hearing about how you guys, have that competition, and, you know, Danny wants to beat him one-on-one. But,
One day.
some other kids are thinking that too, that when you guys played last year. I kinda wish that was something that we could have done this year, that would have been fun too, to have a father-son game, but who knows, maybe we can make something work in the future. But I believe if Danny continues to keep working, he's just gonna keep improving, because he has that free will, that spirit, and, that drive where he wants to be, you know, the best that he can be. So, great coaching this year, then. And I want to give a shout out to my sweet little manager, Mason. Come on up, Mason.
Yeah.
This is gonna be my story next year. This guy, just like Josh. He didn't make the team this year, but he's gonna make it next year. And it's not a guarantee, but I know great things. I keep talking to him, and he keeps telling me what he's doing and how he's gonna get better, and he wants to be better. I really respect that, and, you know, I know the boys have loved him, and, you know, he's really looking up to the boys, and I know he's just gonna get better and better, and so I'm really looking forward to him being on the 8th grade team maybe next year, right? All right. Recognize our winners, our 3-on-3 winners. Come on up, guys. Oh, yeah.
Mango's in there.
Reese was our wrestling champion.
Oh.
Come on, I gotta see it, Reese.
Bye-bye.
Come on.
Don't get it.
So, in final, I just want to thank the parents again. It's just been such a rewarding season, and I love all your sons. You're the greatest. And like I said, I've coached many teams, and I've come along some really great players, and it's been such a joy to me and such a passion to be able to work with kids and make the relationships that I have. And so for my boys, you know, once your coach, always your coach. See, there we go again. I see Matt. The one that's focused all the time. The one that's focused all the time. You know, you can, you know, as you go through your years, I have kids come back. It was great at the showdown yesterday, seeing my former players come back to me and say hi and give me a hug, and just, you know, the respect, it goes so far, and it's just unimaginable. And these are memories that I will never, you know, forget. I'll never forget them. And I'm truly hoping that, you know, the best for all of you, whether it's basketball or any other sport that you play. But please remember, you know, if you need anything, I'm always here for you. If you need a recommendation letter or, you know, a recommendation for a job in the summer or, you know, Stuco or whatever, or, you know, getting, you know, somewhere. I'm always here. You can always come and see me, and I would be more than happy to do anything for you guys. Like I said, it's been a joy and it's been an honor to be able to coach you guys. So, good job.
That is sick.
Thank you.
Tell my wife wrapped that. Set of shears. Professional operation. It looks good. It does, right? It looks great. It almost looks fake. It's like that wood. See our Christmas tree, like her stuff, and then you see what I wrap, and it's like the only thing missing is the newspaper. 2 hours later, he still hasn't gotten over it. Cindy did it. I will.
It says mine.
I feel bad there was a time I want to remember my
I said 800 late.
There was a point in time in your life.
Thank you, guys. This is awesome. This is awesome. Thank you so much. This has been the best. It's funny because I asked, my good friend is the 8th grade coach at Hart. And I said, what are you guys doing for your banquet? He goes, we're going bowling. I said, bowling? I don't know. I don't know. You can't really talk about your players very well. That's the point. We had a good season. They came on strong, so but we did a great job. So great job, guys. In closing, thank you again, parents. Great season. Thank you so much. Great job.
Thanks,
Oh, we get our city camp shirts, January 31st. Oh, and then I also want to thank, I don't want to forget to thank, this is your wife. What's your first name?
Marty.
Marvin.
Yeah.
So you work for the city.
Yeah.
And she got us recognized as city champs at the city hall. So there's a proclamation, February 12th at 7 p.m. at the city hall.
They start right on.
And they start right on time. Boys, you can wear your
West.
shooting or your ties. West ties.
Yeah.
And what do you want to wear under that?
I mean.
Like
you
a
can
dress
wear-
shirt and tie?
Yeah,
Do you
dress
wanna
shirt
wear
and tie.
Dress shirt and
It's
tie.
gonna be like on the city TV, so it'll be on
Oh,
TV.
it'll be on TV.
Yeah. And then, yeah, so
That is very cool. Very, very cool.
they don't have to stay for the whole meeting, I mean, unless they wanna learn about city government.
Yeah.
Right on.
I mean,
Tell him, Chris. Right? Tell him. Chris has got the door.
Chris is gone. We'll make
I'm not letting anybody out.
They're gonna be brought up to the front, and they're all gonna be recognized, and whoever else wants to make a speech, can make a speech, and then the mayor is gonna declare that they represented their city, and as representatives of the city, the mayor is proclaiming their victory, or whatever it is, so
That's
that,
awesome.
yeah.
That is so awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. What's the date? February 12th.
Great job, guys.
Why am I in 23? February 7. I was in a 2023 schedule. Wishful thinking. Yeah.